think a natural question we have when we hear about this is this an event or is this a process? Is this an event or is this a process? And the answer is it's both. Yes, it's an event and a process. I want to tell you what I mean. I grew up in a single-parent family with a recovering alcoholic. That's my mom. And money was always tight, and so when it came time to go to AA, my mom would bring my brothers and I with her to the meetings. So we would go to this room with, in the back of a furniture store, and it would smell like coffee and cigarettes. And in my experience, here I am. I basically went through AA as a kid. I grew up going to AA. And I would listen to the stories, and it struck me that in all the stories I heard, there was always this moment of clarity of, I hit rock bottom and I need help. But then it never ended there. The moment led to a process of change where they journeyed together with others who were on the same path. My mom calls it working the steps, because in AA, there's this language of the 12 steps. I want to share some of these with you this morning. So step 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Step 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Step 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. Step 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory for ourselves. I encourage you to read this more at home. But I just want to point out this, because this struck me so much this week. What struck me is that I think AA is so successful because they don't come to addicts and beat them over the head and say, hey, get your act together, try harder. Instead, I think AA is actually successful because it tells addicts to surrender to a higher power. And I actually wonder if the reason we struggle to see transformation sometimes in our church settings is because we focus so hard on just beating people with a stick and saying, try harder. And we forget about the whole language of surrendering to God, of abiding in the vine, of keeping in step with the Spirit, of sitting in the truth that we cannot save ourselves.